In this video, I'm going to show you how to gauge whether or not you should make an investment every time you have an opportunity to do so. Now, your entire life, you've been told that opportunities don't come so often and, take your chances whenever you have them. But this is actually the poor way to think when it comes to making money in life. The reality is life is long, and if you position yourself properly, you will have an abundance of opportunities. And the most important decision isn't saying yes to the opportunities. It's actually saying no to the opportunities that are incorrect. And so today I'm going to walk you through my very simple framework that I use in order to understand if I'm going to make an investment or if I'm not going to make an investment. Now, with that being said, there's really two main factors that I go into when I decide whether or not to make an investment. Number one is the upside of that investment. How much money will that investment potentially make me at a ceiling, right? So whether it's like crypto, that ceiling could be infinite. I don't even know what that is. Buying a company, what could that company possibly make? And the second factor that I take into account is risk. How much risk is going to be involved with something that I'm investing in versus the amount of upside that it has. So on the screen, you can see a simple chart here that I have, which is upside versus risk. And so there's really four quadrants if you want to split this up, okay? There's the top right, which is high risk and high upside, okay? These are basically projects that I decide whether or not to take on depending on the situation. So I'll give you an example. High risk, high upside would easily be crypto. Crypto could easily go to zero tomorrow. For all we know, we have no control of it whatsoever. But the upside is it also could go to billions of dollars. So this is a great example of high risk, high upside. Now, I play this by ear, depending on the risk. So for example, for me, crypto is worth the risk based on my education levels. I view it as slightly mid-risk, not high risk, but the upside is ridiculous. So basically everything in the top right of this chart would be high risk, high upside. Let's look at the bottom right. Bottom right would be high risk and low upside. This is the worst possible investment that you could make, in my opinion. You have a high risk of losing all the money that you put into it, and you have a low upside of making that money. Now, the reason I've made so much money in my life so far, and the reason I've been blessed enough to become successful, is because I absolutely stay out of the category of high risk and low upside. This is the worst category you can invest in. And I find so many people investing all the money they have into something that's high risk. And when you really look at it in perspective of everything, it's low upside. Now let's look at the bottom left here. Okay. This is going to be your low risk and low upside. So an example for this would be a slow Roth IRA fund, which I absolutely do not invest in. Some examples of real estate deals that you're trying to hold long-term, make a little bit of money on, but have less risk because you'll always own the real estate that you could sell. You can never go to zero. Another example would be like small bonds that you could buy for like 3 to 5%. Right now, they're pretty high. They're at 5%, which is a great investment because it's low risk and low upside, but it's defined at 5. Whereas usually, for example, it would be low risk and you'd get a few percentage points a year. This is a category that I approve to invest in, but it's not something that you're going to absolutely hit a home run in. It's not something that you're going to invest money and then all of a sudden you're going to have a potential at a 4 or 5x in the next couple of years. This is the slow game. This is the lowest risk, but it's also the lowest upside, and it's the best way to build long-term wealth, but not short-term wealth. And the category that I like to invest to the most is low risk, high upside right here. So the top left of this quadrant. Anytime I have a deal in the top left of this quadrant, this is the deal that I want to be investing in. I know you're probably watching this, you're like, obviously that's the best deal to invest in. Yes, that's correct. The problem is when you have a scarcity of deal flow, you make the mistake as an investor and as a business owner, just as a person in general, in spending your money in the other high risk categories, especially the bottom right where it's high risk, low upside, because you don't have that many opportunities on your table. And so therefore, when you get one, even if it's not great, you want to bite on it because you feel like it's a way that you can make more money. And so I challenge you, no matter what, to use this exact quadrant of risk versus upside and evaluate the deals that you have whenever you get the opportunity to invest or spend your money on something, and decide, is it on the right side of the quadrant? Is it on the left side of the quadrant? And most importantly, is it in the top left of this quadrant? Because if it is low risk and high upside, it is a great investment for you to do. You may not hit on all of them, but if you invest all your investments in low risk, high upside parts of the quadrant, you will be a lot more successful long-term in your life. The second key is creating more opportunities for yourself. whether that's building your network, getting in circles where deals happen all the time, whether it's real estate, whether it's business, whether it's anything else that you want to invest in. Because the more deals you have, the less scarce you will feel, therefore allowing you to be patient enough to only invest in the top left quadrant like I do. Now, if I didn't have that many deals, I might be investing in the bottom left, low risk, low upside. I might even get crazy and invest in high risk, high upside, because I don't have enough deals that are low risk. And therefore, for me to get the high upside, I have to take a high risk. And so I challenge you, as you make all future decisions in investing, to use this upside versus risk chart that I use. Try to keep everything on the left side of the chart, and most ideally in the top left of the chart, in making your investment decisions. And as simple as this sounds, this has saved me millions of dollars, and this has made me millions of dollars on top of those savings. If this video was valuable to you, I want you to hit the subscribe button below to get more content just like this on my channel, where I help you understand the principles that I took to get me to an 8-figure business owner that I am today, and allow you to take that same information for free, apply it in your life, and hopefully build a much better, wealthier, and successful life for yourself as well. Hit that subscribe button below, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.